Okay, now I'm going to show how I do a sky. I use a flat brush. So this is fairly flat, but you'll see. Let me just tilt this down. Figure this camera out. It's here. That should go right to the thing. Yeah, pretty good. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. I'm gonna take that flat brush and I go in with a lot of water. You always want to, when in doubt, use more water. I think that's the key to watercolor. And I'm gonna grab a lot of water for this. I'm gonna do a sky. And I'm gonna grab cerulean blue. This is actually a hue, and it actually works pretty good as far as, it's like a cornflower sky. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of, if I can find it, French ultramarine, just a touch. That's too much. That's not French ultramarine. Doesn't really matter too much right now, because I'm gonna find my ultramarine. Where is it? Where is it? Here, I got it here. Nope, that's not it. This is what, if you see that color, that is actually a very postcard. Let's see if I'm not even in the thing. Sorry. Adjust this a little bit. There we go. Even seeing the color. Okay, so that's two postcard blue right there. So I'm gonna grab a lot more cerulean. French ultramarine. I can't find it. There's French ultramarine. So that's more of a true blue. And that sky will be a little bit too heavy. But that'd be pretty good. So more water, and I use a large canvas. I buy this at Jerry's. It's the base one you can get. Costs a lot of money, but it's $5 for basically a sheet. So I pay for it, and it lasts for 20 paintings basically. So when I come in, see if anybody can see it. I'll move it over. Basically, I've shown Katie this, but it's kind of a, with that flat brush, it kind of creates a really neat sky. Again, water, water, water is your friend. So if you ever are in doubt, go with more water, and that'll kind of bleed that out. I'm going to show you in a second what I do to kind of create a kind of a clean sky, I guess you'd say. Fair weather sky, how's that sound? So I'm just dotting, I go back and forth and I move my brush back and forth like that. And you can kind of create these patterns, but you always want to be as random as you can. Grab more blue. And it'll kind of create as you go, and let the randomness of the brush stroke basically be the arbiter of your sky, right? Don't try to force a sky, just kind of let it happen. Almost done. There's one more step after this I'll show you, and we're just going to let this dry. This is always my first step on a lot of paintings I do, I'd say. If you get little spatters, no big deal. You can probably take them off, but I just leave them. I'm going to go over them anyway. Okay, so there's my initial sky. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that brush and more water. And you can dry it off with a paper towel, or you can. I gotta dry it off with a paper towel first. But I use my fingers a lot, so I'm just gonna squeeze the water out of that. Squeeze that water out of that brush, and that'll soak up the excess paint that I don't want, and it'll soften a lot of these areas. You'll see it. And again, use more water if you need to. I'm gonna squeeze that out. That has a lot of water, so I'm just gonna brush it out, but you can squeeze it out, and then you can create gradients in your sky. And it'll soften that right up. See that? Hopefully you can see that. I'll do more over here if you can. But you never want stark edges like that, and just the randomness of the brush will work for this. Doesn't have to be perfect. And this will, you do want those sharp edges, but you also want those nice soft edges too. And that creates a lot of interest. The sky will really pop. I kind of go to the bottom of them too, just as randomly as I can, but I'll just kind of soften that up. Take out the excess water. And kind of tap it in. It'll dry pretty good. So that'll give you that fair overcast sky. Get that up there. You just want to touch that back a little bit. And I'll let that dry. And I got some in there, but that's okay because that's a dark roof color, so that'll be fine. Alrighty.